Hey guys, I'm Rob Bass, and thanks to Universal Monster Universe, we're going to be talking about Burger King's Universal action figures from 1997. With the popularity of Super 7's Kenner inspired reaction figures, this really cool line. I own these figures. I wanted to start with these. This Remco had done it, Reaction does it, but there was something special about the Burger King. What we're going to be talking about today is the Universal Monsters toy line from Burger King. It came with the kids' meal back in the day. These toys had no movie tie-in at the time, nor did they have any connection to like the current time Universal monsters, like the Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Robert De Niro Frankenstein. Those films had nothing to do with this toy line. This doesn't mean the figures themselves are weak by any stretch of the imagination, nor are these figures cheaply made. Quite the opposite is true. These four fantastically simple 5 points of articulation toys are not only well made, but can hold up well even by today's standards. You need to have these figures in your collection. They're pretty affordable on eBay, so you know what? You're going to hit the jackpot with these. So, who's in this line? Let's start with Wolfman, which I feel next to Frankenstein's monster looks the most convincing. If you are a fan of Universal Monsters, you will know that Wolfman was played by Lon Chaney Jr. in 1941. The toy represents the likeness of Lon Chaney Jr. made iconic. It might be a simple design, and the colors may be very muted, but that helps accent the figure so well. The details on this figure, the look of this figure, make it a perfect Wolfman. Now he comes with a really cool action feature. Now I normally don't say this when it comes to toys. I don't like action features, but the action feature doesn't affect the action figure more as it's more of a diorama that does something. And this is like a barn cellar door type thing. And if you flip the switch, he breaks through, and there's a little tab inside that you can see the rising moon in the background. Really cool, and it makes perfect for a display piece. The articulation doesn't get hindered with the special action feature, it just pegs into the feet. And what's really cool is all four figures, well, not the creature from the Black Lagoon, but the other have pegs on their feet and can fit in anybody's display piece, which makes it an added bonus. Next up is the creature from the Black Lagoon, or lovingly known as Gil Man. This green monster from the darkest part of the pond sports the same points of articulation as all the other figures, but he stands a bit taller and is a much dense figure than his brethren. His action feature is, well, he shoots water. The only negative I can say about this is he doesn't come with any kind of extras, no dioramas or base stands. His sculpt is fantastic, and the minute you look at it, you know who it is. It's supposed to be the creature from the Black Lagoon. He's a bit translucent, gives that extra sci-fi feel to the figure. Next up, we're going to talk about Frankenstein's monster. Now, Frankenstein's monster is one of those cool figures that really reinvented the wheel. Like, if you ever read the original book, Frankenstein's monster really doesn't look like he does in the film, with the bolts on the neck and the square head. That's something that's completely universal. When people think about Frankenstein's monster, or Frankenstein, if you want to call him that, when Boris Karloff played Frankenstein, well, Frankenstein's monster, it was the epitome and iconicness of the figure. Even Peter Boyle doing it for Young Frankenstein, he kept that concept, that look, and it translates well. He's got that green hue. He's kind of translucent because his special feature is he's on this operating table and it has a light, and the light lights up the head. The only thing negative is the battery will die and you have to try to replace it, so that could be a pain in the butt. But really, it's cool. Where else would Frankenstein be but on top of an operating table? The translucent glow to the head is kind of odd if you think about it for a Frankenstein monster. Next up is Dracula, the most iconic Universal monster ever, lovingly played by Bela Lugosi and a slew of other people over the course of almost 100 years. The figure has the traditional Bela Lugosi look, debonair, good haircut, nice suit, the medallion around the neck, the cape, and he comes in this really cool, really bright colored coffin. Any idea, once again, is it's a breakaway coffin. You can take the top part off, and there's Dracula ready to jump at you and bite your neck. He's got the hands in the pose like he's gonna go blah, and that's absolutely fantastic. Overall, the Burger King line has so much playability. They hold up well because they only have 5 points of articulation. So even if you gave it to a kid nowadays, it's not going to break. They don't tend to have loose joints over the years. The paint holds up well. And even loose, people find these figures and they stay in great condition. And you can always find the four always somewhere. But they are just, without a doubt, some of the best looking figures. The best representations to me of the Universal monsters ever. I mean, there's been lots of toys and model kits over the years with the Universal monsters, but to me, there's nothing more fantastic than the 1997's Burger King Kids Meal Universal Monster Toys. Alright, guys, do me a favor. I want to thank the guys at Universal Monsters Universe for allowing me to do this for them. Don't forget to check out their website and their Facebook page. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time.